Hello everyone, I'm here today with a new process video, and as you can see, this is 6 by 12. I have an enlarged 5 by 7 vertical photo, and then I have a 4 by 6. This one is going to get cut. I don't need it side to side. It would take up way too much of the page because this is so large, and if you look closely, that was in the photo, and I don't want that. I would like the focus to be my friend and I, and then the big Ben Franklin head. So I'll be trimming at least there, probably similar over here. So this is a little bit smaller, and then it'll give me some options on how to embellish or journal with the little space that I have left. I have nothing picked out for the background, and I have nothing picked out for those embellishments, so I have a lot of work to do today. All right, I cut down this photo. It's about 3.5 by 4. I wanted to go 3 by 4 because I'm used to doing that for regular pocket pages, but I would have cut off part of myself, so I decided not to do that. And then here, this is now actually 5 by 6.5. So it's a little bit more square. I could also cut off a little here if I want to, but I don't think I do. I think I want to keep this as is. I like that it's a little shorter now. Gives me a little more room to play with, like I said, for fitting both of these on there. So I could have something here, I could do washi on the bottom, a paper strip, something, but it just gives me more area to work with. Okay, bear with me here because I've picked out paper that I think I'm going to use. It's pretty wild given these photos, but I like it. It's this one. This is the back of it. No, way too much. But this, if I matte these on white, I think I could maybe get away with that. I like it because this kind of almost coppery color, like aged copper, this green is in there. There's this little pink happening here. That's in there. I'm wearing a green shirt. There is green in there. She's actually wearing very light yellow pants, and there's yellow in there. So I'm just thinking maybe it's doable. So I'm going to do the matting in white, place it back on here, and see if I still like it. I have matted the photos, and I decided I do like it. I'm going to keep it. So I've already adhered it, and normally I like more of 1/8 of an inch around the photo, but because this background paper is so kind of wild, I decided to do 1/4 inch. So it's a little bit wider of a border there than I would normally do, but I think for this one, it's the way to go. I have brought out a bunch of my travel stuff, die cuts, acetate pieces, whatever. If it's an embellishment type thing, I have it out here. I've also taken out my big pouch. This is a new one I got actually recently. And I have all of my larger stickers in there because some of them are actually 12 inches long, and this pouch I think is 13. So they all fit in there. So I have all of those. And I'm also going to go into my bin that's specific to Philly and see what's in there that I can use. I have pulled out these acetate pieces. These are from an Allie Edwards travel release. And I also have this one, and I love the color. I don't necessarily want what it says there, but I was thinking if I cut this off right at this line, that is a pretty near perfect fit, where I could even maybe tuck it under a little bit or something. And then I could stamp on that, find a sticker that goes on it, a phrase label, something, but just a nice little way to layer. And then I can cut this off and save this for another layout. I decided to cut down the sides just a bit to make it a little bit narrower so it would fit better under there. So I did do that. And then I just wanted to show you that when you buy these, if you get any of her products that are acetate like that, it will have a film on it. Make sure you take that off. Once it's removed, then that's the piece you actually use. In this little packet that I had from Pretty Little Studio, this line was called Sweet Life. It had all these phrases in there, and I decided to pull out the one that said smile. There it is. And then also to use this little yellowy star. And I think it works pretty well there. So I've adhered the photo to the background paper. I've adhered all of this. This I left with no adhesive at the bottom because it would probably show through since it's acetate, but it is adhered underneath here where you can't see it, and I'm sure that will be fine. So now I'm debating, do I want something else hanging over this somehow, so I have a cluster of 3, Or do I want to do something else just down here and leave that alone, which would be fine. I did also pull this out of some things I had, and I like the idea of it, but I don't think the color is quite right. In the bag, it looked a little bit more green. Here, it definitely looks more aqua or turquoise, and I don't think that's the right color. There isn't enough of that in the background. So I'll keep going through my stash and just see what I find. I have some rubber embellishments that I've just been hanging on to, and I believe they are all from an old Felicity Jane kit. I think I even ordered extras at the time because I liked them and wanted to have 2 sets. But in any case, I have this one left, and I love that it has a little bit of stripe in there and it's black. I'm wearing black pants here. I've got black font there. So this allows me to work a little bit of that in. It will also allow me to hopefully do some kind of a visual triangle, because I'll have that up here, then I'll have this on this side, and I can work my way back over here on this left side. Actually, I could scooch this over a little bit more. I just don't want those overlapping, but that would give me more room to hang something off the side here, which would be great. So I think I'm going to adhere that now. I'll use my liquid glue, and then I'll be ready. So when I was thinking of what else to use here, I pulled these out of my travel stash of stuff, and I want to use this 10 a.m. one because it was a little after 10 when we were there, but it was the 10 o'clock hour when we bought our admission. And I like the idea of using that to show what time of day it was. Now, it's not the exact color that I wanted. It's not exactly this color. It's more of a lighter blue shade than this. But I think I'm going to use it because there is a little bit of light blue reflection there, a little bit here, plus it's in the paper. So I think I am going to use it. And I think I'm actually going to just layer it so that it hangs off the tag a little bit, and then it gives me 3 items for the cluster. And I don't know why, but it's that odd numbered thing. Lots of design people say you know the odd numbers are more pleasing to the eye. I think it's true because that feels better to me. So I'm going to use that, and then I'm considering using this one as well, just to tie in that color where it says around here. I could put the date in there, I could stamp something. It gives me options. So I figured out that if I shift this pretty much as far right as I can, so it's right below there, that will give me room over here to use that sticker that I want to use. So I think I'm going to do that. There we go. So I want it pretty close, about as close as I can get. So I think right about there. So that I have that done. Now I have to decide, what am I doing with this? Okay, because we were in front of the big Ben Franklin head, I think I've picked out which stamp I want. This is an old set from Kelly Perky, and I think I want to use this one. It's kind of hard to see here, but right here it says photo op, and it will fit in nicely right into the space I have. Those little arrows will probably touch the blue part, but I don't care, that's fine. And then it brings in black, like I have with some of the other elements, which is great. I did my stamping and it came out perfectly, so I am going to take that off and put it, let's see, maybe right like that, I think. Yeah, so that gives me a nice visual triangle there. And then I had to figure out, do I want anything over here? I'm not sure. If I did anything, I might do just a tiny bit of black splattering to bring that all in, but that might be it. I've decided I am going to splatter. I'm going to use my Heidi Swap Color Shine in black, so this will give it a nice little shine, and less is more really in this case, because I don't want it going everywhere. I've covered the photo, so I'll do just a little bit down in this corner and then maybe a little bit up here on the sides, and that's it. I have finished my splattering, and you can see it right there. There's some at the top. Covered the photo, so luckily it didn't really get on the metallic surface, which is awesome. And then a little bit on the side here, and then the bottom, and that's it. I think this one is done. I don't need to journal because I will have journaling elsewhere. So here's another one finished for Philly. Thanks for watching.